Components and hooks are the main building blocks that make up a React application. Components handle the user interface or view, and hooks handle the model and logic behind the view. Hooks are special functions that can be called inside a component definition. Examples of hooks would be useState, which is the most important hook in React. useEffect, which can be used to trigger so-called side effects, for example, API queries. useQuery for a more convenient way to query APIs. Or useToDos, which could be a custom hook for managing an array of to-dos in the state. When using hooks, we have to follow the so-called rules of hooks. In particular, hooks in a component must be called in the same order every time a component renders. This is because React uses call order to keep track of hook identity. This criterion means that, for example, hooks cannot appear inside of an if statement. Here are some examples of pre-existing components and hooks. MUI is one of many UI component libraries. Some of the components MUI provides are buttons, text fields, or data tables, which come with built-in filter, search, and pagination functionality. The React Router package includes some components like route or link, and associated hooks like useParams. The React Query package provides a hook named useQuery, which can be used to control API queries. React Hook Form can be used to manage form contents. And React comes with some built-in components and hooks like suspense, useEffect, or useContext. We can define our own components and hooks, which can serve two main purposes: structuring code and reusing code. Some example components for reuse would be a button component, a calendar component, or a progress bar component. Examples of components for structuring code could be to-do app, to-do list, and to-do item components inside a to-do list application. And as for custom hooks, we could define a useToDos hook, which manages an array of to-dos. Or in a web shop application, we could have a hook named useProducts, which manages the data of the product catalog, and a hook named useCart, which manages the content of the shopping cart. By using custom components and a custom hook, we could restructure a to-do application like this. What we see here would be the top-level component. The state is managed by the custom hook named useToDos, and the user interface is split into several components which have some props and events. There's addToDo, which displays a form and which may trigger an onAdd event. There's ToDoList, which displays the list of to-dos. This component receives the to-dos via a property, and it can trigger two events, onDelete and onCompletedChange. And there's Statistics, which also receives the to-dos via a property. In the upcoming part of this video series, we'll see exactly how we can define these custom components and hooks.